Hey, this is Rosa RCG Creations. How are you? We're making cauliflower pizza. Okay, rinse your cauliflower. And I got two of them that I'm going to be doing today. Then you want to cut off all the yucky stuff. Got my trash can right here. So you want to make sure you remove all the stalk, because you only really want the florets of the cauliflower. Okay. Take this one out. Of course, if you get anything like this, because you just never know what you get. We do food delivery pickup, so we never know what we're going to get. But that's okay. All you do is just cut off this yucky stuff here. Just cut that off before you slice it, or after you slice it. Either way, because that's what you want to throw away, because that's no good. So put all the little pieces of cauliflower. Oop, that didn't get cut. Like your little florets right here. And then you're going to put it in a blender, a grinder, whatever it is that you have, because you want to make it into, you want it to look like it's rice when it's all said and done. So, and just continue to pulse it. If you just have a blender, just pulse it a little here, a little there, until the whole thing, you don't want water, okay? You just want it to look like rice. Okay? So, I'll be back in just a second. I'm going to go ahead and cut both of these up. Okay, once you've cut it all up, you put it in your blender, which we have the Ninja. It's called Professional 1500 watt blender. And I'll push this back so you can see. So I'm going to pulse it. Okay, yeah, you can see that. Pretty sure. Let's go for the reveal. Ta-da! And that's exactly what you want. You want it to look like rice. So I'm going to take all this excess. Bear with me. I'm taking you with me because I'm one-handed. Now, let me put you on the counter. And here's the rest of it that I already did. You want to put this on a pot, pan, whatever it is, because you want to heat it up for about like 10 minutes with just a little bit of water. You don't want to have a whole lot of water, but you want to cook the cauliflower. Not cook, well, not really cook. You want to partially cook it. I think there's a word for it, but I don't know. I made a big old pot, but then that was 2 heads of cauliflower too that I started with. Okay, that's close enough. I'm not going to be too nitpicky, but there was a lot right here in between the blades that I'm going to take off. Now that's going to go in the sink to go wash. So I'm taking this over to the stove and I'll bring you back in a minute. Okay, I'm walking you over to the stove. I'm going to sit you down. Let's see. Okay, yeah, you can see good right there. Oh, and then where did I put my measuring cup? Okay, you want a medium heat. So I'm going to put mine on 6. Medium high heat. And add some water. Because there's so much of this on here. Oh, I want this. This will melt. Let me get me a regular spoon. And then you want to cook it about 10 minutes. Okay, I can definitely tell there's not enough moisture in there. You definitely don't want a lot of water, but you want some water. But because this is a double batch, because it was 2 heads of cauliflower, not 1, you want some moisture in here so it will cook. Okay. I'm going to add a little bit more water. And let's see how that turned out. Okay, yeah, I think that's a lot better. Because you just want it to be moist. You don't want any dry areas. And in fact, I'm going to bring you up and I'm going to show you. Okay. So you see there's got some moisture in there. But you want moisture in all of it. It's kind of like you're steaming it without steaming it because you're cooking it. But you don't want too much water because once we do this after 10 minutes, we're going to let it turn off the heat. Make sure you're still in frame. We're going to turn off the heat. Let it sit for about 10 minutes. Let it cool off a little bit because I'm going to put it in a cloth, cheesecloth, cloth. Whatever it is that you have, and you want to just squeeze all the excess water out. So that's why you want some water, but you don't want too much water. And I'm just making sure that everything is coated and it's moist. I don't want anything to dry, because this is a big pot. But I'm going to be making 2 pizzas. One for hubby. He likes his plain Jane. He likes pepperoni. We both like pepperoni. But I like, oh, he likes mushrooms. I don't like mushrooms. So we're going to add mushrooms to his. And I'm going to add onions to mine. I got me some white sweet onions. Add some flavor to that. Now I'm just going to let it simmer just there for a minute. Done like that. Put that on the spoon rest. And we'll go to the next phase. Okay. The 10 minutes is up. And you see how there's moisture and there's in there? So you see all the steam. And you can tell by looking at it, I hope you can do it in the camera, I really don't know, that the cauliflower has cooked. So now I'm going to take it off the burner because I want it to cool off. And hubby's over here making the sauce for the pizza. And this is made out of our home canned tomato sauce. Honey, what else are you putting in there? Just, oh, he don't want to talk. There's Italian seasoning, some Lowry's seasoned pepper. What else you can put in there? And this is just for the sauce, the base for the sauce. Fresh garlic powder. This is my homemade fresh garlic powder. I wish you could smell it. It smells good. And then that's it. He's going to stir. Alrighty. And we'll come and bring you to the next phase. Okay, I let it cool off enough where I can handle it. I put this in a bowl. And I have my, it's not really a cheesecloth. It's like a linen, but it's really, really, really thin. And so I'm going to bunch it all up. See, it's already, it's already got water. See how the water's coming right out? that's still kind of warm. Ooh, that's still kind of warm. Ooh, gotta give it a few minutes because it's warm. 400. Hubby's turned the oven on. We got a new oven and I haven't used it yet. I gotta learn how to. It's got a bunch of little fancy dials, so I don't know how to turn it on. So all you want to do is squeeze, squeeze, squeeze until all the water, get as much water as you can out of it. Because the whole purpose is you're making the cauliflower turn into like flour. Oh, hubby's going to help me. You can put it in there. Let it drain in there. Oh yeah, he's a lot stronger than me. We're just going to drain all the water out. Well, let me move the camera back so it's too close. Yeah, you should be able to see him there. I'm just going to squeeze, squeeze, squeeze till all the water comes out. I'm going to put this excess water in here because I got to show you. I want to show you. Not I got to. I want to show you what it looks like because it's supposed to be really dry. There we go. See? And that's exactly. Whoops. Sorry, I'm out of frame. See, this is what it's supposed to look like. It's nice and pliable. And all the moisture is out because it won't bake and get crunchy like a crust if there's too much water. Do you think we need to squeeze this one more time, honey? I think we need to squeeze it one more time. Yep, see, there's still more water. See the more water's coming out on it? When you move it around, a good way to do it is just twist and twist and twist it. That's a really good way to get all the excess water out. So we need all this, 99% of the water out of here. We're never going to get 100%. And depending on how strong you are, oh, I can feel some right here. I'll hold it, you squeeze down there. Let me hold and you squeeze. Yeah, see all that excess water there coming out? This is definitely a two-man person. Somebody with muscle and somebody without. Okay, so now, will you angle the camera so they can see? Just pick it up and move it so they can see. So, and see how this cloth was really nice? It's not like cheesecloth. That's kind of like this cloth a lot better. It doesn't all get stuck in there. Then you just toss this in the washing machine and wash it. So now, we're going to make a hole, and I'm going to get my 2 eggs. I'm going to crack. Normally the recipe calls 1, but I'm doubled it, so I'm doing 2 heads of. Since I did 2 heads of cauliflower, but I'll put the recipe in the description box for 1. But I'm doing a double batch because we're making 2 different kinds of pizza. Okay. Something. Wipe my hands. Egg. Now you want to scramble the egg really well. Scramble. Make sure it's really, really, really scrambled really good. And I'm just using a fork. Okay. I already put all my seasonings together. So now I'm just going to dump them all. And then you're going to just mix this whole thing up. Make sure everything is coated, all the seasonings are mixed up. Break up all these little clumps. Because you want to make sure that every bit of cauliflower has egg mixture and the seasonings mixture in there. Okay, so that's mixed up pretty darn good. Okay, Okay, so now I'm going to transfer this over onto our parchment. I'm going to spill my water. I'm trying to get this out of the way. I don't want to make a big mess in the oven. I've got a trash can sitting right here on the edge of the table. So I'm just going to dump everything over. Okay. Now, you always want to use parchment. That's what you need. And I only want half. So I'm going to measure about, that's about half. I think so. And you want to pat it with your hand. You can use two or one hand, whatever. I'm just going to do one. We'll use one hand because I want to have my other hand available to do something. You pat it down to, you want it to be about 1/4 inch thickness. Try if you can to get it to be round, just so it resembles a pizza. But you can do a square one. You can make any shape you want to. It's totally up to you. It looks good with all these seasonings. Now, pat the edges around to make it look like a little crust. And it also will help when you put the sauce on there, that it doesn't overflow if you put a little bit too much sauce. And you're just making kind of like a little crust. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing for the other one. Okay, and then we'll put it in the oven. Okay, here they all both are. And you see how I made the little crust around it. That's kind of an okay circle. This one's a lot better though. That was my first one. Okay, so now we're going to, as soon as the oven beeps, we're going to put them in the oven for 30, 35, 40 minutes. And then, because every oven's different, so, and again, like I said, this is my very first time using this oven, so I'm going to have to keep an eye on it. And we'll pick them out and go to the next phase. Okay, here they are. They're out of the oven. And that one's mine. It's a little not, I think we should have, I should have had it squeezed out, a little, done like half of it and then squeezed it out because it's still kind of soft. It's not really crunchy, crusty, but let's take a taste. It tastes good, but it is a little on the soggy side. Anyway, the next time I make it, I'm gonna do half of it. And then make sure all the water is really squeezed out with the cheesecloth, whatever you're using, because it's just too moist. The edges are nice and a little crisp, not a whole lot, but it does taste okay. You can get a little bit of cauliflower, not a whole lot. But anyway, thank you so very much for watching.